Reply to the address of welcome at Paramakudi. Paramakudi was the first stopping place after leaving Ramnad, and there was a demonstration on a large scale, including the presentation of the following address. Srimad Vivekananda Swami, we, the citizens of Paramakudi, respectfully beg to accord Your Holiness a most hearty welcome to this place after your successful spiritual campaign of nearly 4 years in the Western world. We share with our countrymen the feelings of joy and pride at the philanthropy which prompted you to attend the Parliament of Religions held in Chicago and lay before the representatives of the religious world the sacred but hidden treasures of our ancient land. You have, by your wide exposition of the sacred truths contained in the Vedic literature, disabused the enlightened minds of the West of the prejudice entertained by them against our ancient faith and convinced them of its universality and adaptability for intellects of all shades and in all ages. The presence amongst us of your Western disciples is proof positive that your religious teachings have not only been understood in theory, but have also borne practical fruits. The magnetic influence of your august person reminds us of our ancient holy rishis, whose realization of the self by asceticism and self control made them the true guides and preceptors of the human race. In conclusion, we most earnestly pray to the All Merciful that Your Holiness may long be spared to continue to bless the spiritualist, the whole of humankind. With best regards, we beg to subscribe ourselves, Your Holiness' most obedient and devoted disciples and servants. In the course of his reply, the Swami said, it is almost impossible to express my thanks for the kindness and cordiality with which you have received me. But if I may be permitted to say so, I will add that my love for my country, and especially for my countrymen, will be the same whether they receive me with the utmost cordiality or spurn me from the country. For in the Gita, Sri Krishna says, men should work for work's sake only, and for love's sake only. The work that has been done by me in the Western world has been very little. There is no present here who could not have done 100 times more work in the West than has been done by me. And I'm anxiously waiting for the day when the mighty minds will arise, gigantic spiritual minds who will be ready to go forth from India to the ends of the world to spirituality and renunciation, those ideas which have come from the forest of India and belong to Indian soil alone. There comes periods in the history of the human race when, as it were, whole nations are seized with a sort of world weariness, when they find that all their plans are slipping between their fingers, that old institutions and systems are crumbling into dust, that their hopes are being blighted and everything seems to be out of joint. Two attempts have been made in the world to found social life. The one was upon religion, and the other one was upon social necessity. The one was founded upon spirituality, and the other one upon materialism, the one upon transcendentalism, and other one upon realism. The one looks beyond the horizons of this little material world and is bold enough to begin life there, even apart from the other. The other, the second, is content to take its stand on the things of the world and expects to find a firm footing there. Curiously enough, it seems that at times the spiritual side prevails, and then the materialistic side in wave like motions following each other. In the same country, there will be different tides. At one time, the full blood of materialistic ideas prevails, and everything in this life, prosperity, the education which procures more pleasures, more food, will be glorious at first, and then that will degrade and degenerate. Along with the prosperity will rise to white heat all the inborn jealousies and hatreds of the human race. Competition and merciless cruelty will be watchword of the world. To quote a very commonplace and not very elegant English proverb, everyone for himself and the devil take the hindmost, because the motto of the day becomes the motto of the day. Then people think that whole scheme of life is a failure and the world would be destroyed had not spiritually come to the rescue and lent a helping hand to the sinking world. Then the world gets new hope and finds a new basis for a new building, and another wave of spirituality comes, which in time again declines. As a rule, spirituality brings a class of men who lay exclusive claim to the special powers of the world. The immediate effect of this is a reaction towards materialism, which opens the doors to scores of exclusive claims until the time comes when not only all the spiritual power of the race, but all its material powers and privileges are centered in the hands of the very few. And these few, standing on the necks of the masses of the people, want to rule them. Then society has to help itself, and materialism comes to the rescue. If you look at India, our motherland, you will see that the same thing is going on now. That you are here today to welcome one who went to Europe to preach Vedanta would have been impossible had not the materialism of Europe opened the way for it. Materialism has come to the rescue of India in a certain sense by throwing open the doors of life to everyone, by destroying the exclusive privileges of caste, by opening up to discussion and inestimable treasures which were hidden away in the hands of a very few who have even lost the use of them. Half has been stolen and lost, and the other half, which remains, is in the hands of men who, like dogs in the manger, do not eat themselves and will not allow others to do so. On the other hand, the political systems that we are struggling for in India have been in Europe for ages, have been tried for centuries, and have been found wanting, one after another. The institutions, the systems, the everything connected with political government have been condemned as useless. And Europe is restless, does not know where to turn. The material tyranny is tremendous. The wealth and power of a country are in the hands of a few men who do not work but manipulate the work of millions of human beings. By this power, they can deluge the whole earth with blood. Religion and all things are under their feet. They rule and stand supreme. The Western world is governed by a handful of Shylocks. All those things that you hear about, constitutional government, freedom, liberty, and parliament, are but jokes.